All the way from Phoenix, Arizona, Portland, Oregon, and Dallas, Texas. It's the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast.
This episode of the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast is dedicated to one Grandpa Pineapple. I'm going to hand the mic over to Tommy, who knew him best. This episode is dedicated to him.
Yeah, a somber note, my grandpa actually my wife's grandpa, Crystal, you know, she's been on here a couple of times, a little bit good have also been on here, but I guess the best way to remember him is he lived till 90. He was my grandpa through marriage, but I've known him for over 18, 19 years now, so that's like my grandpa by default, basically at that point. So we just had a good relationship, and I mean, I'm not saying he didn't have any. I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up. Both my grandpas from my mom and dad passed away early, so I didn't really have a relationship with them. So being able to get a second chance to have a grandpa kind of figure in my life for the past almost 20 years now was kind of a really huge blessing for me. And yeah, man, he was just a great guy. He was a veteran from the Army, was a paratrooper, served in the Korean War. He was born in Hawaii, moved to the Philippines. When he was a teenager, he was in a Philippines concentration camp during World War II. The Japanese kept him in a concentration camp. So for 5 or 6 years of his teenage life, he was in a concentration camp, man, behind cages and stuff. And that was just wild. And he the day he moved from Hawaii to the Philippines, the next day or a couple days later was when Pearl Harbor happened. So his family just missed Pearl Harbor by a couple of days by going from the Hawaii to the Philippines. So that's kind of why I didn't even know that until a couple months ago. He just never failed to mention that. And then he was just a veteran, and he fought in the Korean War for the U.S. And right when he turned 18, he wanted to join the Army. So he was just a great guy, man. He was just kind of a guy no matter, I only knew him in the 70s and 80s, and he passed away when he was 90, but he was just kind of the guy you go into the room and people would just be drawn to him. He has that energy, and he could just make a friend wherever situation you put him in. And I always admire people like that because I'm a super big introvert, so I guess I'm attracted to extroverts. And yeah, man, so he passed away, but he lived a great life, man. Had 2 kids, had a beautiful wife, served in the Army, got to live in Germany, got to live in California, got to visit all over Europe through the military, and yeah, man, he won the Purple Heart in North Korea, in the Korean War. So just rest in peace, and excuse my rambling, but I miss you and I love you, and just I was very fortunate to know you.
Very well said.
That's my promo. That was a very somber way to kick off Rumble weekend, man. But he passed away on Saturday, and the Rumble was on Sunday. But yeah, man, circle of life and all that jazz.
It's wild, man. But like you said, 90 years old.
I know, man.
What full life.
Man, can we all be fortunate enough to be get to 90, dude, and have grandkids, and he's had great grandkids he got to meet, and it's just wild, man.
That's cool, man. That's definitely a way to celebrate him. Celebrate him in memory. That's what keeps you immortal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. On a different note, kicking off in the show here. Welcome to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Of course, I'm your host Anthony, along with my other host Tommy and T Money Theron. Rumble weekend. Lots to talk about. We're gonna go over our picks. I'll talk about the game that we played. Gambling chip game we did at my place. And yeah, we'll just talk about everything else pro wrestling.
Baron, what was going on in the Texas Royal Rumble season? What was the big news in the big state, the Lone Star State?
The big news in the big state was a celebration of life. There was a birthday the night before the Rumble, so that made me miss Worlds Collide. Sorry.
I missed it too.
We're horrible.
I certainly meant to read about it so I could know what happened, but I believe Keith Lee became the NXT North American champion somewhere in there. I don't know if that was at Worlds Collide. Big news is probably the Royal Rumble winner. I think that's the only pick that I know for a fact that I got correct, which was the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. I would say that was pretty big. The women's Royal Rumble winner. the return of Edge, I would say, was probably the biggest, best kept secret, even though it was kind of in the dirt sheets. But, you know, he kind of shut down that rumor, and then he comes in at, I think, like 20 or 21 and lasts all the way to the very end. So I would have to say that was it, because, you know, neck fusion surgery or whatever he had, that typically ends a wrestling career, as we've seen with the likes of like Nikki Bella. I think Paige has some spinal issues, so seeing them back in the ring after 10 years or more, you know, just that was probably the Royal Rumble moment. That and Tuna Casserole 1.7 Brock Lesnar.
I don't know how Brock Lesnar became Tuna Casserole. Yeah, I guess Tuna Casserole does not show up very often, but when it does, it makes an impact.
It
definitely does. This again.
What happened?
No, I'm just saying that's like tuna casserole.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hate
the way it's perceived.
I hate tuna casserole. I don't like fish. You guys know that. I really despise casseroles of the tuna form. So yeah.
That's never. You're from Jamaica, man. It's like you're on an island, man, and you're surrounded by water, and you don't like fish. What's up with that?
Nope. I guess that I'd go out starved. I don't know. Maybe I'd like fish on the deserted island, but I have tried it numerous ways, numerous times. I even tried it at Twin Peaks once last spring. It was salmon, or was it tuna? It was
Twin
one
Peaks,
of those two.
Is that like the offshoot of Hooters? Hooters offshoot?
Yeah, Twin Peaks is way better than Hooters. It has actually supplanted Hooters in the you can edit this out, Anthony, the restaurant food chain. So it is actually way.
Yep, I'll edit that out.
Yeah, I'll edit that out. Shout out to Twin Peaks, man. It's a great place. They don't have good fish though, but you don't have to take my word for it.
We're not gonna. We just lost our Twin Peaks sponsorship.
Oh my gosh!
Geez. What did you guys think was the biggest moment? I mean, what else had? I saw the show, but what was your like, oh my god moment from the weekend?
I think it has to go to Edge, man. It's just like 9 years removed, man. Yeah. I mean, that's like 9 years in wrestling terms. That is like a lifetime. That's like dog years. So I think that surprise, even though like you said, like you heard rumors, you heard whisperings and reports, but I don't know. It seems like some of those rumors and reports are always like a coin flip anyway. It's like could be it or could not be it or whatever. So to see Edge actually come out and see the crowd reaction, just like that genuine joy from the live crowd freaking out. And yeah, man, when I was watching, I freaked out too. And everyone at home was watching. Everyone who was at our party was freaking out. So yeah, I think Edge kind of stole the weekend, even though Drew McIntyre had the win and Charlotte Flair had to win, won the two Royal Rumble. I think Edge coming back is the biggest story coming out of the weekend, and just like, what does he do now? Like, what kind of farewell tour does he have? Is he here for the next 2 or 3 years? Is he here for like one WrestleMania season like Batista, or is he going to stick around longer like Daniel Bryan? So I'm kind of curious where all that goes. But that genuine shock of Edge coming out, man, I think that was huge, man. Just to hear that music, that takes you back to when you were a kid.
Yeah, and we missed a lot of Edge's bigger,
yeah, I think
past so. Like WrestleMania 2000. I don't even think I watched that. I've watched that ladder match now probably 5 times. The one with like him and obviously Christian, the Dudleys, and
Hardy Boys.
Who was it? The Hardys. But
that's such a great one.
I think that was right when I stopped watching wrestling. So missing all that, his feuds with Matt Hardy and what's her name, Lita, all that stuff, you know, his run as the rated R superstar. So I think it'll be cool. And I guess they're going in like a rated RKO feud direction. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah. So
I would. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it. That's all I got.
I was going to say, I would agree with all of you. I think Edge coming back was definitely the biggest pop of the night. He was the only one to get pyro.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He got pyro. And yeah, so I think him coming out, just his the genuine look on his face of amazement and just, wow, man, like I came back and was able to do this. And that's wild to be able to experience that. And who knows what will happen. To Tommy's point too, is he only here for a season or is he here, you know, for the long term, and what beefs will he have in between? So that'll be fun. But I thought Royal Rumble overall was exciting.
Yeah.
I was, I'm always a little hesitant. Like, I'm always super excited when Rumble comes up, but then when it actually is the Rumble, sometimes I'm like, man, that's got hyped up for nothing. But this time around, I was like, don't get overhyped, because sometimes you'll get let down at the Rumble. And I was thinking that the Lesnar starting number one and just dominating everybody would be like not that exciting and like kind of dull, but it was cool.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, I did enjoy that. I enjoyed how there was some quick alliances and then just how everything else came to fruition. So overall, I thought Rumble was super, super exciting.
Yeah, it was almost like two chapters, because you had, I think Lesnar finished with 12 eliminations in 13. The first half of it, or 13, which is almost the record. I think Kane has the record still. Shout out to the mayor of Tennessee, Knox, Tennessee. But yeah, like Lesnar taking out everybody one at a time. He takes out Keith Lee and Braun Strowman.
That was cool. That made Keith Lee look big.
It did, because Lee wasn't afraid of him. Strowman's not afraid of him. He eliminates Elias to start it out. He eliminates a lot of the guys that are kind of, these are people that could go, well, Keith Lee is going to be a big star, I think. Braun Strowman, I don't know. We'll see if they fix that. But he eliminated a lot of the people so that you could get like a really good match in the second half once the ring started filling up, which was just to really push this idea of, I guess, Brock Lesnar is like half unstoppable. But then once McIntyre came out, and I don't think Lesnar lasted much past that, because Ricochet gave him the crown jewel shot, and then he got Claymore kicked out of the ring. So I think that set up a good start. I think that'll be a good WrestleMania match. I think it's good for McIntyre, another member of 3MB finally getting his chance to shine. So that's crazy. It's like a big turnaround, right?
That blows my mind, man. That just shows the power of, the WWE superstar to go from a total, like, purposefully comical gimmick to all of a sudden just being this freaking ripped, jacked, ready to kick some ass dude. Like just taking no prisoners, man. He correct me if I'm wrong, he came up through NXT, right? Like he came back through NXT?
Yeah, when he returned, he was 2000. I'm trying to look it up. He was in TNA from 2015, 2016.
He was their champion. I think that's where he first popped up, right? Or was it Evolve? I think.
It was Evolve.
I know he was in Evolve.
He did some Pro Wrestling Guerrilla too as well, if you want to search that on YouTube. And then he returned to NXT on April 1st, 2017 at the front takeover Orlando. So before WrestleMania 33 is when he came back. It was in NXT for about almost a year. Not even a year, actually. He was gone by that November. So he came in April and he was gone by November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think they've always been high on him. I think Vinnie Mac he had a nickname for him his first run.
The Chosen One.
That's it. That was it. The Chosen One.
He was just too young then, man. He was young, and then he didn't have that. He had a baby face, but that was before 3MB, so he was even like younger, and he just wasn't like as didn't have the muscle mass or anything like that, man. So I think it was just too much too soon for him when Vince McMahon started calling him the Chosen One. He just wasn't ready on the mic or in the ring, and now he's, like you said, he came back and he's still only 34 years old, which is young. Wow. That's young in wrestling years. So
that's
he's
good.
just so much more well-rounded now than he was before.
You like this new, I guess, semi-face? I guess he's a face. I don't know.
He's definitely a face now, man. I mean, after eliminating Lesnar, I think he's definitely a face, 100%.
So we support Drew McIntyre, because I remember like a couple months ago, I was the one that was like, I do not like that McIntyre is like. Remember, he was like Shane McMahon's like right hand man, basically, like his bodyguard, his lackey.
Wasn't good, yeah.
Big turnaround in the what a change in like 4 to 6 months. I don't remember the timeline, so I'm happy for it. I think it'll be good.
So you guys liked Brock Lesnar starting out as number one and like ruling the Rumble for the first 26 minutes? Literally the first 26.
Yeah,
he said it perfect. 26 minutes. He eliminated Elias, Rowan, Bobby Roode, John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Big E, Cesaro, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, MVP, Keith Lee, and Braun Strowman before Ricochet came out at 15. Officially halfway through the Rumble before he stopped eliminating people.
The only people I'm mad he eliminated was like Kofi and
I think
Keith Lee
and John Morrison, man. I thought John Morrison should have done. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was sad when he got eliminated. Kofi didn't have his classic
nope
special save.
That spot went to Naomi in the Women's Rumble again.
True, man. Yeah, I like when Kofi, Ray, and Big E teamed up again on Lesnar. I like that was kind of really cool. And then when he turned on Shelton Benjamin, that was really cool too as well.
Yeah, that was funny. And I think he danced to MVP's music. He danced to somebody's music for a second.
He was. I think he was dancing to MVP's music. That was pretty fun. It was hip hop Brock.
Yes, yeah. He brought back the Brock, that Brock in the boombox.
Yeah, Brock in the boombox. But
things like
oh
that
my
just make you
gosh,
laugh.
I thought it was cool because each time somebody came out, they tried to figure out, shoot, like how do I survive?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, before we get into the picks, so I decided to play a game this year with like Superfan Dan came over,
nice.
Buddy David came over, Buddy Zodiac came over, and yes, we were just watching. We were watching wrestling, and I played this chip game. So if you participated, you would get like basically 20 something chips, like 25 chips or something like that. And everybody had to bet on the main, like all the main cards, like we would, do picks. But then you'd have extra chips. So some of the bets were, okay, I'll bet 2 chips that Ricochet won't last 90 seconds. Like, okay, I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet. Or, okay, I bet Lesnar's going to eliminate this guy next. So from that approach, it was fun because we made a game out of it. And long story short, if whoever had the most chips at the end of the night won a special prize.
And who had the most chips?
Superfan Dan.
Oh my god,
Superfan Dan,
genius, man.
Won the Misano Royal Rumble 2020, and what he won a cape that says Royal Rumble 2020 champ. He won some house slippers.
Ooh.
Nice.
He won. This is all from the dollar store.
Multiple gifts, man. This is nice. That was only one thing.
Yeah, I had a $5 limit, so I had to get 5 gifts
for $5.
So I got five prizes, and he has to wear it at WrestleMania. So if you win at one of these Misano events, and you win a prize, you have to wear it to the next wrestling party.
Nice. Okay.
That way, people know, like, oh yeah, oh man, where'd you get that cool cape? It's Royal Rumble champ. That's what I
won.
won.
Wear the slippers too, or just the cape?
No, I told him. I said he has to wear the slippers, the cape, and drink from his cup.
Oh, you got a cup as well. Nice.
Guess we'll see him at WrestleMania 36.
Yeah, dude, Misano-mania 36. It's gonna be crazy. So yeah, so that made Lesnar's dominance really fun because again we made a game out of it. But then when he got his ass booted out of the ring by Drew, that stare down, I was like, that's it. That's the picture. That's the promo video. Perfect. Nailed it.
Yep.
Because we're gonna play that scene over and over with him just staring down at Lesnar and Lesnar on the outside of the ring freaking out.
Does that mean Lesnar loses at the WrestleMania 2 years in a row? Because he lost to Seth Rollins last year pretty easily too as well.
Perhaps it would take him down a peg, show that he's not invincible.
Yeah.
I think his invisibility cloak has been broken by the Monday Night Messiah last year. So
Yeah.
I would think,
that's true.
I would think he would lose. I mean, I think McIntyre can be a good champ. He was TNA champ. He was NXT champ.
Mm-hmm.
Why not make him the face of Monday nights or the top guy? He's got the look for everything they need him for. So yeah, shout out Superfan Dan. Everyone loves house slippers.
Oh yeah, man, it was silly. There was a lot of silly stuff at the dollar store.
Oh yeah,
best place to get prizes, dude. Best place.
What else happened in the men's Royal Rumble that we want to talk? I mean,
real quick, AJ Styles got injured.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you brought up AJ Styles because another fan on Twitter, I think Anthony saw us. Andrew, remember he was on the show talking about
yeah. Dude, Andrew and I are going to NXT Portland.
What?
Nice.
God,
yeah, dude.
Oh my God, dude, you have an official report of Andrew, man on the scene. Oh, nice. Well, Andrew asked an AJ Styles question. He asked, basically his question was, do you think AJ Styles, despite getting injured at the Rumble, do you think he's going to be with WWE for life? Do you think he retires there? Is he saying, is AJ Styles like a WWE guy now? Like, is he gonna stay with AJ? Is he gonna be at WWE for the rest of his career? Is he gonna go to AEW or back to Japan or back to Impact before the end of his career? What do you guys think?
I don't think he'll go back to the last one you said.
Sorry, I had to throw Impact in there.
I know he started the company. No, I think he's signed an extension, or did he sign an extension before I answer? I feel like well, if we don't know, then we don't know, and you don't owe, and you don't show. Anyway, I think he's a WWE guy. I don't know though, actually, because his role has certainly diminished since his WWE title run, which was almost a historical run.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him staying. I mean, WWE seems more his swag. He's got his good brothers there. I think he'll be there for at least 5 more years because those are the contracts they sign.
Man, Anthony, what do you think? You think AJ Styles stays with WWE for the rest of his career?
I think so. I think he'll retire there. I could see him, just like Theron was saying, a few more years. I would give it maybe 3.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 3, maybe 4 on a limited role.
Yeah.
But I don't see him ever.
AJ Styles I think he's at least 40. Let's see the good old Wikipedia machine. 42, actually.
Okay.
Turns 43 in June.
Got injured again. I think it's a shoulder separation. They said they hope he'd be back by Mania.
Oh, man. A Mania without Styles. Ooh.
Man,
I don't know if I like that. But, they should have Sting versus Undertaker in a both-men retire match.
Dude, they were talking about that for the next show in Saudi Arabia, I think. That was the rumors.
Did I not call it? Dude, I'll find the episode where I first bring it up.
It's so crazy that it's so cool that these guys get to come back, man. I think Paige will get to come back too while we're on the topic, because all these people have like these neck injuries and they're forced to not wrestle anymore, or they just can't get cleared. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I saw a private doctor. He cleared me. WWE offered me big money, or I was going to go to AEW. So
I don't know, man, how cool this is, man. I don't know. I get nervous, man. I got nervous. So it took me like 2 years to watch Daniel Bryan wrestle, man. Like before I forgot about him like getting injured. I could not watch Paige or even Sting wrestle. I don't know, man. There's just like too big a factor. Like, I guess Edge, man. I guess because it was 9 years in the making, so you kind of forgot about it. But I don't know, Sting and Paige, or I'm trying to think of anyone else who retired recently. But man, that's like the wound's still fresh.
Yeah, I feel like if Paige was going to come back, they would have done that by now, right? Like she would have been at the Rumble or something. I
think so. Probably had some role.
Yeah, I mean she's got a role. It's just on Tuesdays on FS1.
Yeah,
on the talking show.
Got it.
That's her role now. Yeah. What were we just talking about before that? For this,
we were just talking about some other things that had happened in Rumble that were notable. So I talked about AJ Styles getting injured.
Should we talk about the Women's Royal Rumble before we get into the picks, or anything happened?
Quick.
That was probably the worst of the 3 Women's Royal Rumble so far. There's only been 3. I think that one was kind of I think this one was the worst. Or
did you?
Hang on. I thought it was funny. The Mandy Rose Otis.
Yep.
Save was hilarious.
Okay, that was really good. You're right.
Beth Phoenix busting her head open was like a head scratcher for me, because I was like, "What is that?" Like at first, I was like, "What? Oh, cool! She's got like a little pink streak in her hair. That's cool."
When she was,
and then all of a sudden, I'm like,
that whole time,
I was like, "Oh my god!
Yeah,
her head is busted open."
What happened?
It was bad, dude. It was. I think she took a forearm or something to the head, or some back of the head, or something.
Oh, I thought she dyed her hair pink, like you just said.
That's what I thought at first, but then it started growing and growing, because there was a point where Charlotte had blood on her face and shoulder, and I was like, "Oh no, Charlotte got her nose got busted open again."
Oh,
but no, dude, it was Beth Phoenix bleeding everywhere. It's crazy.
No, I really love Beth Phoenix's performance there, man. She has a lot of good spots. She only eliminated one person, surprisingly. She only eliminated Natalia, but she was. Man, that's cool to see, like a Hall of Famer, she's an NXT announcer, man. She's came out and she did not miss a beat. So I wasn't never a Beth Phoenix fan, because we kind of like missed that era of when she was like on top of the women's division. I just kind of just missed it. We weren't watching it back then, but man, it was cool to see her. So that was a really cool part. You're right.
The Glamazon. Kelly was there. You gotta love Kelly.
Yeah, Sasha didn't show.
She's injured.
That was surprising, though.
Yeah.
Still, I was still surprising that she didn't show.
No. So it was the Otis saving Mandy was cool. I guess Beth Phoenix bleeding in all those spots now in retrospect were cool. Bianca Belair had a really good showing, so that was cool. Gets the
was
rub.
she most eliminations?
She was.
I think
man.
so,
She got
man.
8. Yeah. Next closest was 4. Well, yeah, no. Next closest, no. Baszler got 8 too. Baszler was in the match
How
for
did
4
Baszler
minutes.
get 8 eliminations?
Well, she came in number 30. She lasted for only 4 minutes and 27 seconds, but she got 8 eliminations.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed by her appearance, man. I mean, I was cool. I popped when she came out, but then she just wasn't in there long enough. 4 minutes. It felt like minutes.
Yeah,
oh man,
it was short lived, especially considering that she didn't win, and I picked her to win. Would have let me down, Baszler.
So real quick, as actually this kind of gets into the picks here. So we talked about most eliminations, and Tommy, you had said AJ Styles and Banks.
Oh gosh, wow! AJ Styles ended up with 0 eliminations, and Banks ended up with 0 eliminations. What Theron say?
Theron said Ricochet would have the most in Baszler.
Oh, okay, so you got Baszler. So Baszler was the most of the women, but Ricochet had 0 eliminations.
0. He had none at all. All he got to do was kick Brock Lesnar in the jewels. That's it. That was his shining moment.
Well, Theron's got 8 eliminations total with men and women. What does Anthony got? Can he beat 8?
I've got Nikki Cross and Ricochet.
Nikki Cross was 0. Cool.
She was in there.
She didn't have any eliminations.
She was in there for 15 minutes. Yeah, she had some really cool spots. I love Nikki Cross. She ran all the way to the ring like Ultimate Warrior, which I respected.
Did you say Matt Riddle was your other pick? Who was your other pick?
Ricochet.
Oh, you picked
0.
Ricochet also?
For most eliminations?
I did.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what we were thinking there. He didn't even do anything cool. He didn't do any cool Ricochet moves or flips.
No, he just got his ass beat.
He got one nut shot, and then he didn't do anything with it. He got eliminated by Drew McIntyre, too, actually.
It doesn't surprise me.
They worked together.
This is McIntyre all the way.
Who do we have for winners, Ant?
Let me see here. Winners.
Or Iron...
Wait. For
Iron Man or Iron
Iron
Man?
Yeah. Okay, Iron Man was... Let me see if I got this right here.
I think that would have been Alexa Bliss.
Wait a second. Oh, this got all screwed up.
Bliss was in there for how long?
It was her or Belair. One of those two.
Yeah, Bliss was in for 26 minutes. Belair was in for 33 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
I have under Tommy Otis and Lana. I don't think
Otis
that's
and
right.
Lana was quickest eliminations.
Yeah.
Which Lana did not win the quickest elimination.
I don't have Iron Man. I guess I didn't get it.
What do you mean you didn't get it?
We totally clearly gave it to you.
Yeah, we did.
I know, but I didn't write it down.
Okay.
No.
For Lana did not. The quickest elimination in the Women's Royal Rumble was Chelsea Green.
Oops.
12 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Eliminated by Alexa
I forgot.
Bliss. And then Otis wasn't even in the Men's Royal Rumble.
No, he wasn't.
He was not.
You know who Chelsea Green is? She was like, she was in Impact. She was the Laura Van Ness. I don't know if y'all even watched during that time. She was like this crazy bride lady who went nuts because of some bride story. Didn't even know that.
She's married to Zack Ryder.
Right. She's married to Zack Ryder. Her manager is... His name might be like Rob Stone, but is Robbie E. also from Impact?
That's right. Yeah, Robbie E. from Impact. Yeah.
People,
I remember that. Yeah, she was a bride. She was like a bridezilla.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, as far as Impact goes, that was a cool story. I guess
I was cool with it.
Yeah.
Theron had for quickest Eric Young and Nikki Cross.
Eric Young was not in the match, and Nikki Cross lasted 15 minutes.
Eric, the quickest elimination of the men wasn't Eric, but it was Eric Rowan of 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
in and out, man. Didn't last. He was. Do you guys have any idea what's in that cage? Apparently, it bites whatever it is. His little thing.
No, whatever it's gonna be disappointing, man. There's no way it can like. Hyping it up for so long. Whatever they can possibly come up with.
It's gonna be disappointing.
It probably is, because what would it? It doesn't even make sense, you know.
Rabid weasels.
Could be
If it was a
rabbit
weasel,
weasels.
man. Like a ferret or something. It's still so disappointing.
It's probably a puppet.
I thought they were going to tie it back into like Bray Wyatt or something, but oh, what if it is Rambling Rabbit?
It would be stupid.
What?
It would make no sense whatsoever.
I know it would make no sense at all. Exactly. So let's keep Bray Wyatt away from Eric Rowan.
Please, yeah. Bring down Bray Wyatt.
No.
All right, let's get into our picks. So, men's Royal Rumble match. Tommy, you had Roman Reigns.
Yo.
Theron had Drew, and I had AJ Styles. So Tommy and I both got punked.
Oh man.
Maybe
Big points for Theron.
maybe AJ Styles had like a bigger role if he didn't get hurt. I don't know.
Possibly.
I think so.
I'm not.
I was
really
reading the
sure.
reports that he, as soon as he got injured, he rolled to the corner and was telling the refs, like, yeah, dude, I'm screwed up. And then Corbin was coming up to him to like do whatever he had to do next. And AJ was like, whoa, dude, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And then Corbin like backs away and then goes. And then I think he started telling the other dude like, oh, leave AJ alone. He's hurt.
Yeah. If you watch the video, you can see it. You can see
Yeah.
it
And then he
all
told
unfold.
Edge like, hey man, just throw me over the top. Just get it over with. And so
Yeah.
that's why it was like uneventful because he legitimately got hurt. It's scary.
Edge got a free elimination.
Free.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just
Women's Royal Rumble match. Tommy had Alexa Bliss.
Damn it.
Theron had Baszler.
Uh-huh.
that's a good pick. That's a
And
sick
I had
pick.
Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
Whoa.
you won. You
Did, dude, straight up.
I knew one of you picked Charlotte Flair. I just didn't remember who. I thought it was you, Tommy. Baszler was a safe pick. She was in at 30, but apparently this is the year of the Queen. So we're doing that again.
Yeah, I'm curious who she's gonna fight.
They said it may
Yeah.
not be either one of the. It may not be Bailey. It may also not be Becky. It may in fact be Rhea Ripley. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I have no idea. But that's what these are dirt
She's
sheets.
vying for the women's title. Interesting.
The NXT Championship, as they call it now, sir. Yes, there's no gender identification.
that could be
anymore.
cool. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just whatever, dude. You know
But
what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know.
If I offended anybody, I apologize.
Oh no, you didn't. I just don't know why
Offended
she would
already
go
multiple
for that.
people during this episode. It's probably the least thing we
Would
have to worry about.
Yeah, would that title reign count as a title reign in her quest to beat her own daddy?
Straight up, dude.
I think so, yeah.
She's questing.
Would she go back to NXT or would she go to NXT? Would that be good for Charlotte Flair
I think so.
Yeah, dude. Let her go and take the gold.
Mhm.
and
Run with it.
Okay,
Take that gold.
that's fine.
I
mean, I'll
agree,
allow
man,
it.
yeah. I was gonna say, there's nothing. I mean, does anyone really want to see Becky Lynch or Bayley versus Flair anymore? I mean, I think I like WWE's.
No,
Yeah,
no.
WWE's outside the box thinking. It kind of benefits everyone. Even Charlotte, man, take a 6-month vacation down to Florida, go tour of NXT for. I mean, that's cool. I think that'd be great for their ratings on Wednesday nights too. If they want to beat AEW Dynamite, is put a star like Charlotte Flair on there for 6 months and see what moves the needle at all.
Right, exactly. And it will also give other women a chance to be in the spotlight on the red
Yeah, there
and
you
the
go.
blue brand because it ain't going to be Charlotte. So now you got 2 spots to fill, you know?
True, yeah, definitely, yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
I can dig that. I can
What
dig
else we
that.
got?
All right, then.
Where else are we in
The
the world?
Fiend.
Yeah, what's
Bray
going on,
Wyatt
man?
versus Daniel Bryan. So yeah, the strap match. Fiend and D-Bry. Thank God they did not have the red light. Oh, that was
That
was a
made
breath
so
of
much
fresh air.
difference, man. That really, literally made so much difference in my enjoyment of that match. That's stupid, right?
That was a good match too, man. That was pretty brutal.
I think that was probably my favorite match on the besides the Rumbles, but I think that was my favorite match on the card.
Theron, T-Monies.
What about the? Oh, that match was great. I loved everything about it. I wish D-Bry would have won, but you know, we're riding the wave of the Fiend forever. So
Yeah, I wonder who they're gonna have the Fiend face at WrestleMania.
Roman
not
Reigns?
sure. They'll probably do a number 1 contender match at like
Ooh.
Fast Lane or Great Balls of Fire or whatever name they come up with for their in between show.
Elimination Chamber.
Wait, what? Is that what's next?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's next. I don't know. I can't. Oh wait, no, they're one in Crown Jewel or whatever in Saudi Arabia. Probably their next one.
They'll probably have a fatal
are they?
5-way. Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. So
Another-
so there's no fast lane?
Nah.
No, there is not.
All
There's
right.
no Fastlane or road
punting on Fastlane.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Oh my
Fastlane.
goodness.
And now presenting
whatever.
WWE Under Construction live from Tacoma Falls, Washington.
I still want them to come off HOV lane.
It'll be a pay-per-view that focuses on heavy machinery and the love of Mandy Rose.
I can see that on a stupid WWE design poster.
Right? It's for the children. Children love it.
Oh my gosh! All right, moving on.
Wait, you
Raw
didn't
Women's
even say who. We didn't even say who picked who.
Oh, sorry. The Fiend won, dude. Everybody won. The Fiend won. We all picked the Fiend. Nobody
Oh,
picked
okay,
anybody.
cool. All right, great.
Everyone gets a
Just
point.
punt on that.
All right.
Yeah, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus Asuka. I picked Asuka because I just
She's got green tears of sorrow.
it's crazy. She's got green, but she was the only one to beat Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be cool to see that again. Like, damn, like Becky just can't get over Asuka,
Could have been a cool curveball, but yeah.
Either way, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
That was a
what did you guys think of that match? I thought, also too, Superfan Dan placed a 5-chip bet that Asuka would use the mist, but Becky would somehow like deflect it or not take it.
Oh man, that's a good
Oh
bet.
my God, who is this guy?
He's a super fan.
I took that bet and I lost.
Why'd you take it? Come on, you're representing the podcast in your own hometown, in your own home, and you're on home field advantage, and Superfan Dan just ran right over you.
Yeah, he kicked everyone's asses, dude. He destroyed
Dang,
everybody.
he got you on the
It was like
deflecticon. The deflection.
So when Becky kicked Asuka and she sprayed the mist up, he got really excited.
Yeah, I would
Great
bet
match.
he just won 5 chips. And so,
Yeah, man, that took him. Yeah, he won a bulk of the chips from that match. I can't remember what else he. I said there was gonna be. We did an over/under bet, and I said I'm not good at this. So Tommy or Theron, please correct me on this. But I said there's gonna be more than 5.5 near falls.
Oh, okay. So you bet the
So I was
over.
like,
the
I'll
under?
take the over
Yeah,
on
take
that.
the over. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
bet the
did,
over.
right?
Got it. So I did the over on it, but I lost.
You had
It was
to
only
cut the near
3.
falls. I can't believe that's a pretty good over, man. I can't believe there wasn't 5.5.
That's what I was thinking between those two. So those were some of the bets that we were placing, like real quick. Like, I bet this. I think this is gonna happen. So yeah, I think I bet like 2 or 3 chips on that. And got my ass
It's a
beat.
wild man. Those chips.
Hey man, I got the money to spend it. I'm gonna blow it all on pro wrestling bets, which costs absolutely no money to get into the bet. Just that you would watch the pay-per-view and place bets. That was the only condition for getting chips.
What was the
So I think we're gonna do this.
what was the food, man? What was the spread look like?
Liz made potato skins,
Ooh,
taco bites. These like
taco
they're
bite.
basically made in like a muffin tray.
Oh no!
So it was like a hard tortilla shell, and then like the meat, and then basically like the lettuce or whatever. It was like a little taco, but you could put your fixings on top and then just eat it like a little.
If there's a muffin size though,
Yeah, it was like a little muffin
that
size.
makes it cool, man.
Well, they weren't huge, but yeah, no, it was tasty. So we had that, some healthy veggie tray, and what else do we have? A lot of Manhattans.
I think that might have cost you. I think you just might cost your bet. You just revealed your weakness. Superfan Dan probably kept giving you a lot of Manhattan.
he probably did.
Oh my
Here,
gosh.
drink this whiskey infused drink.
Oh man, it was fun. We had a good time.
That's awesome.
We definitely had a good time. But yeah, so Super Van Dan kicking ass.
Shout out, man.
But yeah, Becky won. Bailey versus Lacey Evans.
Did we all pick Bailey?
Everybody had Bailey. Yep,
Everyone had Bailey.
everyone's got Bailey.
I like that
She-
match because it
she-
was the shortest one on the card. It was only 9 minutes. So it was like
She
perfect.
cheated. She cheated to win.
You cheated to win.
I usually do cheat to win. That's what Ric Flair taught me that. I mean,
That's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about that feud. Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. It was
just-
a match.
it's just Facey Lacey.
Yeah. No.
If she was still a heel, it'd be cool. But now she's a face, and
She can't
she's
really
playing to the
wrestle that
crowd.
well yet, though, man. That's the problem.
they brought her up too soon. I think
Yeah.
Vince McMahon likes her. Or, yeah, probably Vince McMahon. I mean, she's built pretty well, like strength wise. She just, yeah.
It'll take time.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, she's had all the time. She's had so much time.
Yeah.
Take more time.
Yeah, she can. She will. She's just been in the main event or a main event for a women's title for at least like the last 6 months.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'll allow
I have
it.
really nothing to say.
Yeah.
All right, another match. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
First match of the pay-per-view, man.
Loser has to shotgun dog food.
Oh, not a beer? Because I would shotgun a beer. Oh, you meant between those two.
You shotgun
Yep.
dog food? Does it come out? Or is this like just
Yeah, how does that even work? Oh.
so gross?
Gross, but everybody picked Roman.
None of us.
Nope, nobody had faith in King Corbin.
He's won enough against Roman. I don't think.
Surprisingly, yeah, he has one enough, yeah.
Yep. Even with his lackeys trying to help him. But it's the bloodline or whatever. That's what happened. Yeah.
I like that match way more than I expected. Maybe because it's the first match after like they played the intro to the Royal Rumble, and I was still like feeling the hype of the 42,000 fans in the Houston Stadium or whatever. But I really like that match way more than I thought I would. It was highly entertaining for a 21-minute goofy Falls Count Anywhere match.
Nice. I thought it was entertaining. I don't remember anything super notable except for Roman kicking some ass and taking some names. I think there was some big spots on the outside of the ring, right?
The Usos did a really cool spot where he like dived.
Oh, that's right, the Usos. Yeah. The Usos were beating up on Dolph Ziggler and who else does he come out with?
Bobby Roode.
That
Yep.
guy from TNA.
Oh, that's crazy. Good stuff. Let's see. United States Championship. This was actually on the pre-show.
Yep.
Humberto Carrillo versus Andrade Cien Almas.
Everyone
Although he
picked
just goes by Andrade. Everybody picked Andrade.
Yeah.
And he won. And then he won again the next night.
And then he got suspended for 30 days for drug violation.
What'd he do?
He was doing the drugs.
Did it say what drug he got busted for? Because I don't even know.
They never tell you what drug they get busted for anymore.
You know, if they take Adderall, I think that's like some sort of. I'm not saying that's what he did, but any sort of like, you know. I was reading something. Who was it? Rosebud guy.
Oh, Adam.
Adam Rose?
Adam Rose. He was saying something about like how it's so easy to, like basically if you're taking prescription medicine. Like, depending on what that you know, well, obviously, depending on what the medicine is, if it's like bad stuff, then I get that. But there's like stuff that's like kind of harmless or whatever. And like, yeah, I got this prescription and I'm taking, like, it's legal for me to take it. And they're like, no, you can't do that. You're suspended for the wellness policy or something. What I'm saying is it's like really easy to break, and it's sort of like, oh, that's screwy. So who knows what the offense is for Andrade, but
he was smoking a doobie with Charlotte and they got caught.
Maybe.
They actually said someone said if they smoke weed, that's actually just a fine, I guess. So they can't get suspended for that.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Randy Orton. Randy Orton likes to smoke weed. I've read that a few times.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they wrote him off. He got like hammerlock DDT'd onto the like the cement. So I guess we'll see him in 30 days. He'll get to keep his title, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Either way, I think he's a badass, and I really enjoy his wrestling. Intercontinental Championship.
Did that happen
Shinsuke
somewhere?
versus Braun Strowman.
Did that happen on like the pre-show or on like Sunday Night Heat? Because I don't remember seeing that.
That match never happened. We picked it anyway.
Okay.
We picked an imaginary match. We're the only podcast that picks imaginary matches. Whenever that happens, I'm sticking by my pick, whatever pick it was, even if it happens like.
But I feel like
Tommy said Nakamura.
Oh man!
I felt like they booked that match. Did they not book that match on SmackDown?
I don't know what happened on Friday Night SmackDown. It's kind of all hazy to everyone.
Oh well.
Yeah, I have no idea. I did not see.
All I know,
you guys?
No, we did not do it at the Rumble.
No, they didn't even do it on the pre-show or the pre-show for that matter.
No, we didn't pick Sheamus versus Shorty G.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we did not. I didn't even know there was a match until I was watching Royal Rumble.
Well, my pick would have been Sheamus. Who won?
Sheamus won. Yeah.
Of course, Sheamus won.
Stupid haircut.
Oh man.
Little Sheamus.
Who knows? Maybe I just hope he beefs with Randy Orton soon. I miss that.
Randy Orton's beefing with
Ziggler
Edge.
can get involved somehow.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Perfect. Bring it back. Old times sake.
Sign
Oh
Alberto
my
Del
God.
Rio, and they can just can have a 4-way. They had so many matches.
Where is
rotating those
Alberto
four.
Del Rio now? No one knows where he
That's
is.
a good question.
I think
Tommy, where's he
I think
at?
he's doing MMA. He did an MMA match against Tito Ortiz last month.
Did he lose?
Whoa,
He
really?
got dominated, yeah.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
an MMA fighter. He's a wrestler, so he got his ass kicked, yeah. It should be on YouTube somewhere, guys, if you want to look it up somewhere, I think. Yeah, Tito Ortiz versus
Oh my
Alberto.
gosh.
I'm thinking he went by Del Rio. I don't even know.
Interesting. He was also once the
Did he
TNA
come out?
champion.
Did he come out in an expensive car?
I don't know. I never watched them. I saw the highlights at the end because it was only literally like a 2-minute match.
I used to like his expensive cars. And then I think WWE stopped paying for those. They were too expensive.
Did he come out with his personal announcer?
I think those two had a falling out while at
Carlos
Oh,
Rodriguez,
no.
yeah, no, yeah. He did not, yeah. He just didn't do anything fun. Lost,
Jeez.
man. He can't wrestle. He can't fight. He can't
You know
wrestle.
who wasn't in the Royal Rumble match? Bobby Lashley and or Rusev were both not in that match at all.
They made an announcement before that they fought in the back or something. They got injured or something. That's what they said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they said it right before. Like they went on.
Huh. Interesting. So who took their place? Doesn't
Never
matter.
know. Probably the two is probably Edge and who else was MVP? I'm guessing. Those are two surprises.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, all I get from that is that feud is not over still.
Uh-huh.
So you have that. Yeah. What feuds are y'all excited to see coming out of the Rumble? Because usually there's stories within the match itself. I don't know what stories are really told. I mean,
You can't really, because the men's Royal Rumble was mostly Brock Lesnar, and then the second. I mean, I guess the big story is Randy Orton versus Edge.
yep.
The match
Yep.
coming out of that, yeah.
Yep.
'Cause, Edge and Randy Orton killed Edge with multiple steel chair shots on Raw.
Oh,
Yeah, Edge has already been beat up. He's only been back for like a day.
He's
And
probably
he's
not
already-
gonna
Oh my
be back for
gosh.
not gonna be back for like a month. They said or something.
oh my gosh.
So he got a limited date 3-year contract extension. That's cool.
Yeah, man, that's living the Edge life. I hope they bring back the Edge and Christian show on WWE Network. That's all I'm hoping for.
That show was funny.
It was actually.
Yeah.
It was just two dudes just being friends and being on TV and getting paid for it was awesome. I respected that.
Dang, so Edge is
That
already off
was a good
TV
show.
for a month? God, dog. I guess that's part of the story.
Yeah, man, I think that'd probably be good. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess, yeah. Just another big pop for his return when he comes on. Hopefully he kills Randy Orton.
Yeah, gives Randy Orton a
Hope
sense of
Sheamus
purpose.
comes out. Gets
Sheamus
involved.
comes out and tries to break it up. No. Edge is
And
in your
then
fight
Del Rio comes back.
in a car, a big expensive car for a personal announcer. Back to 2012, 2011.
Oh my gosh, dude. And bring back the spinny belt.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Don't bring back the spinny belt.
Yup, dude. Bring back all the belts. You have to wear every version of the World Championship belt as the belt. That's the title to all of them at once.
The WWE title or the now Universal title?
Ooh, it's got to be the WWE champ.
Oh, my gosh.
The WWE, if you're the WWE champ, so technically, the Fiend should be carrying around. Or no. Fiend is Universal champ. Never mind.
Yeah.
Lesnar should be dressed in every single belt.
He never shows up.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. He came back Monday
Oh
to
my
F5 McIntyre, but I'm pretty sure he won't be back until like whenever WrestleMania is.
Did he hit the F5?
Yes, he did.
Ooh.
That was kind of cool.
Uh,
Snuck up on McIntyre and just F5'd him to hell.
Yeah, and then McIntyre stared at him while holding his neck. Ouch.
Ooh.
More build.
Sets up the beef.
Yeah, the beef has been set. Well, because McIntyre made his pick, and Flair didn't make her pick. So you have
That's pretty much
intrigue.
the only two beefs we got coming out of the Rumble. McIntyre,
That's-
Lesnar, and Orton versus Edge.
Yeah, we had an already established beef between the Monday Night Messiah and his followers and KO and Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe is hurt again. He has a concussion. I don't know what that means. He gets hurt a lot.
I mean, I think he's just old, man. I think it's just like all those years of being in Ring of Honor and being TNA and like wrestling so much. I think that's kind of like just, yeah. But right. So ever since he's come to WWE, he's gotten hurt a lot.
So is he like the wrestler? Just doesn't know when to hang up the boots?
I don't know, man. He's not that old. I mean, he's 40, but his body's probably older than that, man. Just wrestling those high impact matches, especially in his size.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. I hope he gets a world title run on the main roster somewhere down the line. Hopefully.
Did they say how long he might be out for? I mean, it's a concussion. I guess we're taking those more seriously since Kerry Sane happened. What?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Bodies react differently to those. Could be like a week, could be 4 weeks. But maybe, I don't know if he can still be on TV, though. Can he still, like, just not wrestle? Just be on TV or is it safe to travel? I don't know.
So Byron Saxton gets his job back for a week and Samoa Joe just takes it back from him?
That'd
or you just mean
be
on TV? Yeah, Byron Saxton's back, guys. He's back in the booth, and I think they kicked out Vic Joseph. I think he's been booted from the Raw announce team and been replaced by that one guy. What's his name? Ron Swanson? Oh, yeah,
not Percy Watson.
Wait, Percy Watson is on the announce team?
No. It's Ron Swanson, Jerry Lawler, and Byron Saxton.
Ron Swanson's from Park and Recs, I'm pretty sure.
You're talking about Todd Phillips?
Yeah, Tom Phillips. That's his name.
I think Tom Phillips is one of the Robins that died. Came Nightwing.
Wait. So, what's his name? Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton are back on Raw with Jerry Lawler.
Tom Phillips.
Yeah. They form a 3-man booth.
See, I like Tom Phillips.
Yeah, it's because they figured out that their other booths sucked. Well, besides Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it did. Man, I didn't like Vic Joseph. I liked him at first, but then he just sounded too much. He sounds too much like Michael Cole. Like his voice.
He was like Dennis Miller on Monday Night Football. that was do you remember that when Dennis Miller was on Monday Night Football?
I didn't really care, man, because like it's just Monday Night Football. Like I think they took themselves too seriously, but like Dennis Miller just didn't take the job seriously either. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, exactly. R.I.P. Dennis Miller. I think he passed away, actually.
No, he's still alive, man.
Oh,
my God.
Dennis Miller's just not doing anything. He's still alive.
No, that was George Carlin. Okay, all right. Back on track. What do we got?
I think that's it.
We have a few minutes left. I don't know if any other quick news to go over or
wrestling wise. No.
Yeah.
Anything?
I got to catch up on AEW.
John Moxley has an eye patch. Your boy, the Bastard Bach, is the new #1 contender. He beat Moxley last week, I think. Wait, no, he didn't beat Moxley, did he? Did he beat Moxley?
No, Moxley's still the #1 contender. I don't know what happened.
Never mind.
I think Pac's done after Kenny Omega.
Okay, so that's fine.
All right. I got some catching up to do, but now that I can actually watch it, I will find some time.
Magic of the app.
And watch some AEW.
What about
the magic of the app?
NWA Power? Is anyone still watching?
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Starks is the TV champion. And excuse me, they're trying to do a big crossover with ROH and NWA.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Nick Aldis, the National Treasure, interfered in an ROH match. I think at one of their pay-per-views, and then originally Marty Skrull,
the villain.
So Marty Skrull came in at NWA Into the Fire, and so he got under Nick Aldis's skin. So then Nick Aldis went to ROH, and then Marty Skrull came back to NWA, and so they're beefing. So they're like trying to bridge this gap or make an alliance between the two organizations. So it could open it up to where obviously ROH people could wrestle at NWA and vice versa.
That'd be huge for NWA, man.
It'd be big, yeah.
It'd be huge for NWA. It could shake things up for ROH. You know, once at once they were the the pinnacle, like the really cool, top alternative, and then now they're just kind of by the wayside. It feels like.
Yep, I think they're on.
I mean, obviously,
they're on one of the they come on. Their show comes on one TV station out here. I don't know what TV channel it is. It might be Access.
Yeah, but also too, most notably, a lot of their talent was taken by NXT. So
yes,
that also speaks to the storytelling when you lose half of your dudes. But at the same time, too, ROH, if they want to still stay competitive, they got to evolve. Impact has been evolving, trying to figure out its thing. Obviously, there's some. We're not going to go in depth on it, but there's some like beefs going on with Tessa Blanchard, and
Tessa Blanchard is their champion.
She is.
She won their men's title, huh?
Yeah, she beat what's his name? OVE guy.
Sami Callihan.
Sami Callihan.
Yep. Beat him for the title, and then all this hate came out. So,
well, I guess, and this is I don't know enough, but from what I've read, a lot of wrestlers or people that she's wrestled with have said that she's less than polite.
Yeah, she's racist, man.
Person.
A racist bully, and I don't like a bully.
She's throwing around slurs backstage, and people are like, as soon as I think she made a tweet of women should support women more in wrestling, and then she just got bombarded by a bunch of women she worked with, saying you suck, you say some shady stuff, and you do some shady stuff behind the scenes. So yeah, she's
But I wonder if she's the new age. What would you call it? There's this new age clueless racism. Nope, clueless racism. It's where they say these things and they have no idea that they're saying it or what the problem is.
No, they don't. It's
but I know
clueless racist. This is a made up phrase fake news.
I know. I know, but it exists because they're what do you mean when I say this word?
No,
why is it offensive?
That's nothing new, dude. That's just I'm not defending.
I'm not defending. Okay, Rich Michael Jefferson. I'm not defending them. Mr. Jefferson. I'm not defending it at all. If she said it, then that's wrong, and she should be reprimanded. Because I don't agree with racism or any ism, because there's many isms now in 2020. I don't like it at all. But yeah, she is their champion for the time being, unless this scandal blows up in their face. I don't know.
I don't think it will because it's TNA, man.
Yeah, they don't have very many options. They came out with new belts. They redesigned their belts for the 15th time. So you have that going for
What happened to the octagon looking belt?
What?
King of the Mountain Championship?
No, that was the Grand Championship.
No, it was the Tax Slayer Bowl.
It was the Inside Bowl Championship.
It was the Advocare Peach Bowl. It was the Skyped out title.
Oh boy!
You guys
all right, final thoughts. We got about 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. So I just want to take the time to say, R.I.P. to obviously Grandpa Pineapple, which that is an awesome name, by the way, because pineapples are delicious. But the sports world lost another legend on Sunday. Kind of a shock that Kobe Bean Bryant and his daughter Gianna passed away, as well as the 7 other passengers on the plane. So just condolences to the family. It was kind of like a shock. It's one of those things you don't expect. Living through his whole career and just all the stuff he did in basketball and whatnot. So just RIP to him, as someone that at one point hated him when I was an avid Suns fan. But, respect to the man, respect to his family. And yeah, just crazy. I think I took all 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. I just want to give a shout out to to anybody who this month or recently has lost a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's never easy, and it definitely shakes. It shakes the world. Even if you're just your world, your surrounding world. Obviously big. Celebrities, sport figures, definitely that's to be respected as well, but also too, on the local level, it's good to know. Mm-hmm. Take that moment of silence for loved ones.
Yeah, man, it's I think this is eye-opening, man. It's just being human. You see someone celebrity die at 41, or you see someone, your loved one you've known, die way too soon. It's just it's really human. Everyone reflecting on their own mortality, really could end at any time, kind of thing, which is sombering way to end a pro wrestling podcast.
Right. It really
is. But very real though.
Yeah,
this is real. There's real emotions on this show. This is real stuff.
True.
Yep. Definitely. So hug your loved ones and cherish every moment that you have, because you don't know, man. You really don't.
Yeah, man. And after you hug them, you turn around and you hit them with a chair and you elbow drop them. You elbow drop
Yes, exactly.
That's a nice sneak attack.
I still don't
from the top rope.
I still don't have a slogan.